Hey church, as summer winds down and the fall approaches, that means a new ministry year is soon to be upon us. And with a new ministry year, that means that one of the things among many that is kicking off and starting up again is our small groups. And so we just want to take some time to encourage you, if you haven't done so yet, go ahead and sign up for a small group. Very simply, the small groups are small gatherings, whether you want to call them small groups or care groups. They're kind of a smaller group of people from within the larger church that gets together in someone's home on typically a weekly basis to care for one another, get to know each other on a little bit of a deeper level than maybe is sometimes available on a Sunday morning service with the quick time we have there. And we're going to spend time praying and studying scripture together. Sometimes people share meals, sometimes kids come. The formats can be different, but all in all, that's the basic idea, is that it's out of our larger group, our larger gathering of our entire church. The small groups are smaller portions that get together regularly for that purpose of prayer, care, and fellowship. And they're really designed specifically with that in mind. As you think about the different things that we have going on in our church, not everything is designed with the same purpose. There are things that we ought to be doing as a church that we believe are healthy activities and principles, values, convictions that we want to hold up as a church as we practice what we see as a healthy biblical church. But what we do is there are different gatherings that are better at serving different ends and different purposes and are better at doing different things. Small groups is primarily designed with that intent of being really good at fostering close community. So there we're thinking about caring for one another, getting to know each other, being involved in each other's lives, to help carry each other's battles and burdens with each other and share in one another's joys. But then also we want small groups to be a primary place of prayer in the life of our church. Prayer happens all over in different aspects of our church's regular rhythms, but we really want small group to be focused on these two things. This is kind of its main bread and butter. This is a place where you're probably going to experience some of these things in their greatest potency in the life of our church, and that is specifically prayer and caring for one another. So sometimes small groups are called care groups in that respect, care or small group. And really this comes back to our mission as a church, to make maturing followers of Jesus by the power of the gospel. And as you may remember from our membership class, our Getting to Know Crossway class, maybe it's been a while since you took that. Let me remind you, we have rhythms as we carry out our mission as a church, as we seek to make maturing followers of Jesus by the power of the gospel. We have two primary rhythms. We gather and we scatter. And small groups is one of the ways that we gather. Our primary way is gathering on Sunday mornings all together, but small groups is a way that smaller portions of us gather at different points throughout the week. And you'll remember, or if you remember, one of the purposes we have in that gathering is to build up one another. And so we want to see small groups as one of those smaller gatherings to pursue those two primary pieces there of prayer and community. You know, maybe it's hard to find time to pray with other believers because there's so many other things going on a Sunday morning. You don't have opportunity to connect with other people to pray, or you don't have time. It's difficult to find time to connect with people, to really get to know certain people in the church, to really know what's going on in their lives, so you know how to pray for them, so you know how to care for them. There are a lot of different ways, obviously, you can go about doing that. And we're not saying that this has to be the only one. Obviously, invite people to coffee, have people over to your house. But we want small groups to be one of those kind of ready-made opportunities to pursue that. We believe it's our goal that everybody in our church is actively engaged in both of those things, praying for their fellow members and caring and being cared for by their fellow members. And so small groups is really designed to be the prime venue for that. And so our ideal is that every single person in our church would be a part of a small group. Historically, traditionally at Crossway, we've hit that number pretty close to that. Like not everybody necessarily, but pretty close. We understand it doesn't always work out out for everybody. And so if it doesn't work out for you, assuming there's a good reason, we understand that. We would just encourage you, find some other way to be pursuing intentional prayer and care through some other way. But ideally, we'd love for everybody to be a part of a small group, to have that opportunity to get to know people and be praying. And so we'll instruct you then, go on to our church's website, crosswaymilwaukee.org. On the membership page of the website, so crosswaymilwaukee.org/members, or there should be a button for members at the top. Click on that, enter the password. If you don't have the password, contact admin at crosswaymilwaukee.org. We'll get you that password. On that members page, there's going to be more information about each of the small groups, when they meet, what types of meetings they're going to have, because some of them are going to have a little bit of different format, where they're going to meet, at whose house, things like that. And then you can go ahead, there should be a button, you click right there, and you can fill out a form to sign up, and then we'll let you know once we have it determined what group you're in. All right, we look forward to having you a part of our small groups, and we look forward to seeing what God does through them to make each and every one of us more and more a maturing follower of Christ.